I can do a mean
It's
Arnold.
pretty good. It's pretty
I can do a
good.
mean Arnold though. Yeah.
It's not even a word. It's just Stop.
Catch me in the back, cooling off, popping L. For the bad sides of my motherfucking self, can't always be good. No, you know I can't be good, keeping it 10 toes down, baby. Can't always be good when you know the kid bad. Had the dickies and the ones black and
Well, hello and
Well, fuck it,
welcome
we'll
to
do it live.
episode 15 of the SkeemnTV podcast. I'm here today with my guest John M.F. Ward. Stoked to have you in here.
Hello.
The R&B / hip hop artist that moved here from was it Fort
Hood, Killeen,
Fort
Texas.
Hood, Killeen, Texas.
Well, it's really Killeen, but Fort Hood is the base that's there.
Okay.
And I always give a shout out to Fort Hood. Anybody that puts on a uniform and fights for our country, man, thank you for your
Respect.
service, man. Less than 1%. And then even less than that, chase their dreams. So if you're chasing your dreams right now, more power to you. You're doing something that a lot of people are afraid to do. So shout out to you.
Shout out to you. So that's cool. So like, there's a lot of people from Killeen, Fort Hood, Killeen. Do they do that? Or is that more something that's like not a lot of people do?
I mean,
you
they
just want to give it extra respect on the name. Like,
I just give it extra respect because there's a lot of hardworking people in my city. Like
Mhm.
a lot of hardworking people who, you know, make an earning. And again, like, I ain't trying to. I'll put it to you this way: for a lot of the times, Killeen can be the butt of a joke. You know what I mean? Like, people were like, "Oh, they from Killeen," you know, and it's just kind of like, you don't know. Because you're not from there. If you're from there, you can talk all the shit you want. Like, you can be like, yeah, man, Killeen, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we have the right to do that. But if you're not from there and you ain't seen what's happened over there, or Harker Heights, because I grew up in Harker Heights, which is literally right outside of Killeen. If you're not from there, don't talk about it. Like, you don't know it. But I love where I'm from. There's a lot of hardworking people there, and I feel like it's getting better every year.
Yeah.
So
That's what's up.
I put on for my town, man. I love where I'm from.
and so exact change of Matisse is the kind of the reason that brought you up to Spokane.
Oh,
though.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was crazy.
It's like a year ago now or so, or what?
It's
Like,
funny. August 19th last year.
Just about.
It was the
It's
day
like
I
it
moved in.
It feels like about that long. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And now it's kind of hard to think about. 18 days. What was it? May 2nd? It's the 2nd, right?
Yeah.
So in 17 days, it'll be a year being in Spokane.
Weird.
I went from being nobody to I get recognized when I go places. It's pretty cool. I'm fortunate, man. Again, like, I chose Spokane one because Exact Change and Isla Matisse. Shout out to Algorithm Northwest. These guys are incredible artists. They put a lot of hours into their crafts. You can hear it in their bars.
Oh,
like,
they're two of my favorites, bro. Like,
Dude.
I've been vibing with them for a minute.
bro, they're dumb. Like, it's just like, wow, you guys are wordsmiths. And I'm fortunate. And so I remember I moved back to Heights after I dropped out of college, and I was listening to a Macklemore radio station. Like, I was just, you know, listening to Contradiction, That Language of My World shit. And then out of nowhere, this song came on from their project Vistas, and I was like, who are these dudes? Like, these dudes are hard. So I peeped the project, and then I was like, I gotta look these guys up. And I found their Instagrams, and I saw that they weren't popping like that yet. You know what I mean? Like, they're local. Like, oh, these dudes are just cats, you know, chasing their dreams.
We're
So
all
I
just some-
followed.
We're all just some cats.
You know what I'm saying? Except, you know, I'm allergic to cats. You know what I'm talking about? But it's one of those things where I reached out to them, and, you know, they showed immediate love back. Like, thank you for the shout out. And then, you know, 5-6 years pass, and boom, here I am. You know what I mean? Like,
It's been that long since that happened.
yeah. I was about 21, 20. I'm 27 now.
Word.
So, what happened was I played my guitar on a video I posted, and Zach commented, and he was like, dude, you're mad talented. But this was before I even decided I was going to, like, chase music for real. So, I was like, thank you, man. That means a lot. But it was really in 2020 when things kicked off. I got the ball rolling. Yeah, but because of Zach and Mike, I got to come up to Spokane. They reached out, and they were like, bro, you should come out here.
So before you came up here, you know, were you doing like a lot of like open mics and shows,
No.
like, or anything like that?
Nope.
This is like the first taste of like kind of like
The
putting on the stage performances and everything.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong. In my earlier years, like teenage years, I did a lot of arts, you know, like theater. I did a couple of, like, I wouldn't call them shows, but I wrote songs for my classes and stuff. And so I had the luxury of playing for the city of Killeen, the mayor, and at the Civic Center, like when I was just like a sophomore. And
That's cool.
It was a big venue and a lot of people, and I just had my acoustic guitar up there and I was playing. But I didn't really pursue it. I always knew I had a yearn for it, but I just was like, you know, when you have parents that are fairly like, just make some money and be secure, I was like, there's not really any guarantee in this. So I chased I worked HVAC for like 3 years, and then I got into sales, and then I realized how fucking unhappy I was, dude. I was making money.
A similar story to that for what I've kind of been through. Like,
Yeah. What were you doing?
Well, like, I guess as far as like the thing with the family thing, like
Okay,
I was kind of like relating to that too, but then I ended up going to school, and I was trying to be, you know, do marketing and business and stuff, and then I ended up working a sales job and kind of quit the sales job and quit going to school because I found like such a deep, you know, like calling to do like music or like chase what makes me feel good, you know. But yeah, it kind of came from like a lot of just like not a whole lot, like it's not that I wasn't supported.
Oh yeah.
But it was just kind of like, oh yeah, you know, play sports, and then you'll probably go to college and get a job and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was like there was a blueprint, like an outline, like this is the outline you should follow. But I think a lot of us, I don't know, it's weird. I feel like with this generation, there's a lot of creatives. I feel like we're getting back into the arts, you know, like the Renaissance, except modern. You know what I mean?
That's why I have a song called Renaissance I put out because I feel that way exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what the whole vibe is supposed to be like.
And it's what it feels like right now. Everybody's really tapping in their own. You on Etsy, you're catching people left and right, you know, doing what they're doing, and you're like, okay, like, how can I support? But also, I'm gonna tell you all this: if you fuck with something, fuck with it. If you don't. But don't glaze on like the, yeah, you know, it's alright. Like, nah, just be real.
I would add on that to formulate your own opinion if we're going to give some advice. Like, I think that's one of the biggest things that, like, I have an issue with is that there's, like, one string of information that somebody hears and they're like, oh, yeah, totally, this is right.
Right.
Like, there's actually, like, oftentimes abilities to, like, see both sides. Like, I like to know, like, what somebody, like, on the opposing side, like, thinks, because how can I understand it all?
That's
like,
so true.
Facebook keyboard warriors, man. Shout out Matisse for that bar in his song, whatever. But like,
yeah,
they never left the basement, whatever he says. Like,
they never have. And I don't know, like, and also let's talk about you for a second. How you bring together a lot of people. Like, you want to know their purpose and what their goal is. And I admire that, bro. Like, that takes time, especially in a world where there's a lot of anxiety, social anxiety, and you're just like, hey man, let's go pick some raspberries. Like, this shit's amazing, bro.
Well, I appreciate you, bro.
Dude, no, man, I appreciate
One love
you,
that.
dude.
My life path number is 9. I don't know if you're into that stuff, but like, I found out recently that's kind of means like you're supposed to be a connector. So I like really try to embrace that role in life, like do what I do and like try to bring people together and stuff.
Well, you're definitely doing it, bro. And
Thanks.
I love it. I think it's so cool. I was honored that you reached out to me. Oh yeah,
For the Karma show, August 28th.
Oh, for the Karma, bro, man! Shout out Karma. Shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Bendy. We're gonna put on a hell of a show at the Big Dipper on the 28th. If you ain't got tickets,
StaySkeeming.com.
you better get those tickets because it's gonna be a great show. For the community after a rough year like 2020, everybody was kind of left at home and open to their own devices, and it's like, let's get back out there.
Ben, I think for me, 2 years since I performed, actually. I think Karma, this is gonna be like his first show, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like, you know, actual show post COVID too. So there's like a lot of energy pulled up and a lot of people, and that's why I think this show's gonna be popping. And like, we're gonna have we'll give the whole rundown real quick. We got live art by Grayson Hatcher. We got a special guest set with 2 or 3 artists I can't mention the names of yet. I'll tell you about it off set. But.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's right. Well, I get the exclusives.
Doors open at 7:30. Tickets are $20. It's gonna be dang. But anyways, dude, on that set though, on the show, are you gonna bring out Matisse again for something?
I do plan on bringing Matisse and Zach. Hopefully I can get them to, you know, bless y'all, because they're just such talented guys.
They blessed the Scheming show at the Big Dipper once before.
Oh, see, even better. You know what I mean? Just have those guys come out and do what they love, because that's all we can ask for.
So balance. And then what's the one with Zach?
Oh, well, we got so on my songs I've got Can't Always, and then I've got
Can't Always.
Can't Always. Catch me in the back, cooling.
What was the other one you had to say?
Yeah. And then there's Make It Right.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
Make It Right. Definitely a love ballad for y'all. If y'all ain't heard that one, y'all gotta go get on that. Go get on that.
The first thing that you guys did though was like before you even moved up here, you like recorded something, right, for like a song for Exact Change, Matisse.
It was either Peace of Mind or Beachside. I think it was Beachside.
This is the story I think I remember hearing.
Yeah,
about
Beachside's fire, man. It's a little summer bop we did before I moved up here. It was almost a perfect rollout to me moving up here, you know, chilling by the beachside, somewhere on the coast, roll a blunt, I'd rather be high living. And it was just such a wonderful song, and so I was like, all right, we can vibe. And then I ended up moving here, and things get to popping off.
Beachside, that's kind of like why you moved here in a way. Not like just that song, but like everything tied into the energy of that song, like helped you realize like that you probably wanted to come here.
Absolutely, man. I love it here. Like, I really do love it. Now, I will admit the winters are harsh.
Shh, you ain't seen nothing.
I know. Y'all been quick to tell me that. I'm like, man, this snow sucks. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I'm like, oh, no. So the goal is now to,
probably won't ever see anything unless we take care of this global warming.
Okay, can I tell you something that's funny? I mean, I guess it's not funny. So you know how in 2020 they shut down everything, right? Cars stopped moving, planes stopped flying, and then they said the hole in the ozone layer kind of sealed up.
Yeah.
Why is it that we're still enduring all this crazy stuff still?
Dude,
like, and I don't know.
All right, you're just so you know, you're bringing me down like a something that gets me like so angry. So we're gonna talk about this.
Okay, yeah. Because again, I don't know anything, and let me clarify, I am a novice. Okay, I don't know. Like, you can't say like, oh well, I don't know anything about global warming. I contribute in the best way I can. I recycle. I do that stuff. But as far as like getting deep into why things are the way they are,
see, I'm still. I would say I'm novice myself, but I think there's enough information that's flat out in front of me, and I've like can regurgitate enough information from people that have talked about global warming to like get a real strong idea that like, man, why don't we take care of some shit? Like, why don't we like start making some other things more mandatory? You know, it's just such this battle in Congress that's always like only getting a 60% vote and this and that. It's going to be this stupid feud is going to ruin us from being able to come together as people to kind of create some shit. It's kind of the vibe that I get. And like one of the things that like really gets me, and I might have even mentioned this on a past episode because it's like I'm always thinking about it, but like we don't put nets over like our sewers like to clean up the garbage. Like other countries like Australia, like they put giant nets over so they can not have all the garbage just get spewed out. And like we could have more like water fill up stations. There's so much things that we could do for plastic reduction. Like I don't know, and there's so much information. I feel like shout out David Attenborough for like the 4th episode. But like that man's like right. Like I know he's right, and like I just like want people to start taking it seriously. And we're the last line of defense in this generation to kind of like, you know, like
set a standard,
use this Renaissance period for a positive like future. You know,
absolutely.
So that's why like I really like can't dog anybody that makes it their thing and does their thing, but like, man, I really disrespect people like that do a little bit of extra with their grind. And with you do get any hype and realize that you do have some hype, like, and you do good with it, like, shout out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, I was talking about this earlier. Like, it takes a village to raise a child, and it's a cliche, but cliches are great because the truth don't fucking change. Remember that.
It's true.
It don't. And people are like, man, it's just, you know, you always say that. It's just because it relates, and just because you're afraid of it, you want to run from it. And I'm gonna say
it's
that
like
boldly because it's like you're afraid, and that's okay. I get it. We're afraid, but you gotta stand up and do what's right. Your kids, your family, the thing you're building.
It's crazy that you can't like, dude, like Galileo, whatever, got like taken to prison, whatever, for like his inventions and shit. And all those motherfuckers had to do was just look inside his binoculars to realize that he was right. And they wouldn't even look in the binoculars.
They're just like, no.
Just like so oblivious and narrow-minded to even like interpreting somebody else's like fucking.
Yeah, they're not willing to. They're not willing to be open to hear it. They're just like, no,
that shit's still happening today, bro. Like, and that's
absolutely.
the people on Facebook be like so back to that, you know, it's like Facebook is terrible for us. Like, it really is.
And Facebook,
It's really bad.
I'll admit, just social media in general, depending on what you choose to engage in. Like, I think about it this way: you're the sum of your 5 friends. You are what you ingest. You have a lot of content that's just exaggerated.
You're trying to be like somebody if you stay on social media.
How are you even yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've also recognized that for myself. Like, I'm like, damn, you spend a little bit of time. So a couple weeks ago, I got locked out of my Instagram account for silly reasons, and I haven't had access to it. I'm gonna tell you, when that happened, like the first 3 days, I was livid. Like, I was like, what you mean I can't get it? But then I realized the addiction. Like, I was like, yo.
Still fucked that happened, but meant to be because it was able for you to, like, have to see something like that.
Absolutely.
Everything's meant to be. You just gotta learn how to see it, though.
Oh, absolutely. Like, because it's perspective. It's kind of like with words and context. Like, you can easily take one sentence and take it out of context and be like, well, he said that because he means this and that and that. And then it's just like,
why I hate texting.
yeah, me too.
It's the worst thing in the world.
I'm not a texter, but if I'll admit though, if you've got an interesting mind, I'll text you. Like, yeah. I will text you because I'm always curious what the perspective is. Like, at least
I just don't like go around shit. Like, I just say what I have to say, and people oftentimes think
take it
I'm
as
like,
rude.
Yeah, or not even. Sometimes not even rude. Sometimes it can be even things that like just make it confusing, not even like negative. Like, I always feel like my energy specifically does not get interpreted well through text. Like, so I call motherfuckers usually. But.
You are an alien. I love when you call because you're just such you got it like this. What's up, bro? Like, it's always just it's all love and it's beautiful. And I'll admit I'm the same way with text because you don't know. Like, if you hit me with a hey, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know if you're like hey or like if you're like
I'm like a what up. That's what I do. All one word, not what up. It's like what up. 2 D's. Yeah.
See, I could take that as like fun, you know?
Yeah, because it has more of like a what's up, dog? Like,
yeah,
what up,
like,
homie?
I'm
Like,
cool and
hey, hi. That's like weird. I get really weird if someone says hi. I don't trust you if you say hi. For some reason, I don't trust people who eat Jolly Ranchers either. I don't know. Like, it was a thought I had.
I ate a Jolly Rancher before I came here. I'm just kidding. Oh, really quickly, shout out to this. I don't even know what you'd call it. He made this smoothie that is just redonkulous. What is this again? What's all in it?
They're let's see. Almond milk with the hint of honey version. We got chaga mushrooms, lion mane mushrooms, spirulina, algae powder stuff, bananas, blueberries, mangoes, strawberries, V8 juice, and a dash of cinnamon.
Don't be surprised if at the end of this podcast we're flying through the sky. That's a lot of shit, dude.
Yeah, a lot of shit that makes you feel amazing.
I know. I feel great. Like, I feel like, and I haven't even had any coffee today. Like, this is the go.
The shit that made it blue, the spirulina, that's like what'll get you energy. It's
I feel
like
it.
It's like clean energy. I feel like it's considered a superfood or whatever that means. Like,
oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. So I have a question for you, Bendy.
Yeah.
What inspired all this? Like, I know that it was like
the podcast or scheming?
both. I mean, like, I know you had mentioned the number thing earlier, but even before then, because you had just said you recently kind of stumbled across that. Like, what was it that you immediately were like, oh, I got to do this?
Man, this is, I said man because it's just like it makes me like so I always liked music and like I've always been interested in like going to concerts and whatnot, and then I started rapping when I was like 17, freestyling with my friends because they literally made me in the car, freestyle, battle. So I did. Went home that night, realized like, yo, I actually kind of like that. That was cool. So throughout my last year of high school, I would like write little songs and do little things. No shows or open mics or nothing like that. I would just kind of fuck around, mostly freestyle. And then I kind of like dropped it a bunch and was really focused on like, you know, sports stuff for a while. And then I actually got into like a pretty bad time with like doing drugs and like being stupid.
How old are you now?
Right then at that point, I'm still like 18, 19 years old.
How old are you now, though?
I'm 25.
25. Okay. Wow.
And then I got to give you the full rundown.
Yeah.
So then I went to college, and then I ended up dropping out after a year, and I just kind of realized that like I really liked music, so I started writing more. Well, before I even dropped out, I was just making more songs. More people in college wanted to rap with me. I saw other people that were taking rap seriously. I was like, oh, this could be a possibility. So in the midst of that first year of college, I was like, man, fuck all this. I only enjoy one of these classes. Like, and I was playing soccer, and that was pretty fun. But like, wasn't what was I gonna do next year after I played 2 years of community college? Like, I was decent, but like, you know, life is starting to get right in front of me. I was like, oh shit, I'm really close to this like American dream or whatever the fuck you call it. What, you know, I was just like, I don't really like that. I like hanging out with my friends, being weird, hiking, like rapping, like putting on shows. Like, I would like at that point, I would like to put on shows.
I could tell.
So like, I just dropped everything, wrote my first song that night, and I didn't even wait. I put it out on SoundCloud like the next day, like or next week, you know. And I just got my buddy to sing on it, Blake Braley, shout out.
Man,
Yeah.
no way. That's so awesome, man. Shout out to Blake Braley.
And it all kind of just emerged from there. I just started trying to see what I could do better, keep making more songs, put together more shows, meet more people. And now it's just what I'm trying to do.
Man, I love it, bro. I love it. I mean, look at this whole setup, bro. I mean, from the moment we met for the first time. Funny thing about the internet, too, is, like, we hadn't met. But then when we did meet, it almost felt like we already kind of knew each other. And
That'd be
just
happening, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was like, nice to meet you. And he was like, oh, yeah, we haven't met. Like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then we picked raspberries. It was awesome. So
That was a for real thing, though. Like, what I actually thought I met you. And I think it's maybe just because of, like, your relationship with, you know, Zach and Matisse. And, like, I fuck with them so much. And I just already knew you'd be like, cool. I was like, oh, he fucks with them. I know this guy. Like,
yeah, bro. I
or if you ever met somebody, so, like, through FaceTime, like, first, and you meet them in person, and you, like, kind of feel like you met them already.
that is true. Yeah. And
like,
isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, technology.
That happened with I met Meal's grandma over FaceTime a couple times, and I actually met her for the first time at the Skeemn Street Market.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that
we were
must have
talking
been
to each
so
other, and we were
nice.
like, oh, wait, we haven't actually met before.
Just
like,
on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Shout out to everybody who did show up to the Skeemn Market, by the way. That was such a fun time, man.
We're going to do it again.
And if you weren't there, man, don't worry. There's going to be a lot more coming. And on top of that, you know, the smoky season's a little tough. So shout out to everybody who came out, man. Really. That
For
was
real.
so much fun.
We'll pick
I think-
the hottest day of the year next time.
Yeah, and the day where it's all smoky and shit.
Dude, it was hella smoky. It was funny. Who was it that was up there? Someone was like, what'd they say? They were like, yeah, it was all this weed we smoke. That's why it's so smoky. And I was just like, so
one of the artists to perform.
Yeah.
Probably Ease.
It might have been easy. Yeah.
It sounds just like something he would have said.
Yeah, it might have been.
Or
him.
Sax Goldman might have just.
It
said
could have been
that,
Sax.
just
It could have been
dropping
Sax. Yeah, Sax was hella cool, dude. Hella cool guy.
Yeah.
Never met him before. He was hella too.
Yeah, I like
Hold
his
up.
vibe a lot. He's a good DJ.
How'd you? So I guess here's a fun question.
Yeah.
Just networking.
You're asking me the questions.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm just,
No. I love it. No, I'm just kidding.
just because like I'm so curious. Like I admire the hustle. I admire what you built, and just me having me over. I see all the creativity, the people that you continuously hang around with. Like it's like y'all inspire each other. You know, like that's cool. Not a lot of us get that. We kind of get in our own heads, and it's beautiful, man. I admire it.
I feel you, dude. Part of why I do that, try to do as much, is because I also get in my head so much.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, that's real.
whenever I'm alone, it's like, it's intense for me, but it's like good. It's usually really healthy.
That inspired my second mixtape. I titled it I forgot how much I hated me, because when COVID dropped, when it happened, it's dropped head. When COVID happened, I was never good at sitting with myself alone ever. But then I was forced to. And mind you, in Texas, I had a big old house. You know, my parents had gotten divorced, and so I was like living in that house, 5-bedroom house by myself for like a couple years.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool, but you know, during COVID, you're always alone. I had this song called Lockdown, and the hook's like, on lockdown across town, the streets are looking bare. On the inside is suicide, I can never tell from where. I've been hurt, but I still work, 'cause the pain I always bear. On lockdown, on lockdown, on lockdown, it's time I took my dirt. I started in that bitch till I got my ass to work. And now I'm here thinking, did I even get my worth? On lockdown, on lockdown. And so it was like spending all that time with myself. That was fucking awesome. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
But it was like one of those things where I wrote that song because I was just like, I was forced to sit with all my insecurities and the things that I thought the world, because a lot of us are this way. We act like the world owes us something, When really it's like, well, no, you got to contribute. Like, you got to put your best self forward. You got to be a vessel for yourself. And so I learned that really quickly, and so I put all that into my music. Because it was really because I caught the flu, bro. At the end of 2019, I caught the flu in December. And when I came out of that, I had such mental clarity. 21 days later, I dropped my mixtape. I was like, work.
And now you staying scheming.
And now I'm staying scheming, baby.
So, yeah, I guess I got to not shout out. I forgot to shout out Travis. So my good friend Travis C is actually the one who came up with the name Scheming with me.
Ah, okay.
So throughout the midst of when I like wanted to drop out and figure out like what I want to do with all that. You know?
Happy birthday to that boy. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to my dude, and that's a coincidence. Nice.
You want to sing for him? You want to sing
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Travis. Happy birthday to you. And many more. And when this episode comes out, it's like 2 weeks after his birthday.
I know.
Well, the idea was great. So
yeah, I know. It's like, man, we got to give a shout out because, I mean, just the mere fact that y'all got collectively.
I'll extract that, like, part right after we're done today, or Zach can help me.
Perfect.
And we'll just blast it for him, yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. Happy birthday, bro. Cheers. Another year. Happy G-Day. It's weird, man, because, like, I'm 27 now. And I just think about all the time. Because I can't lie to y'all, man. When I moved out of my house, I was smoking pot like crazy, dog. Like, it was like 2 blunts in the morning, 2 blunts in noon, 4 or 5 blunts in the evening for like 4 years.
I think we resonated last time we hung out on the packs of backwoods a day conversation.
Retarded. For me, it was Swishers, and you know I'm not proud of that. But at the same time, I was like, "Wow, why? Like, what did you do? Like, what
dude,
you...
it's okay. You don't think you have to look at it that way. It already happened. Look where you're at now. We're chilling. It's
exactly okay. Right. But it was just so fun. Like, it was like, damn.
That's why I try to look at shit though, because like I've done a lot of things that are not necessarily healthy, but I mean I just have to look at it right now. Like, well, now I can make a better decision if I think I can. Absolutely. As I'm smoking the weed, but dude, laying off the blunts is crucial. Like,
absolutely,
you have to, and it's hard. And like I'll still hit one every once in a while, and like I might even get my fix on wood, but like I want it to be on a wave where it's just like a treat.
Oh yeah. Because moderation's everything, and I think
I'll be smoking. That's my medicine.
Dude,
I'm just trying to.
Ain't nothing wrong with smoking, bro. I know motherfuckers who get up and smoke cigarettes all day.
Yeah.
Smoking cigarettes all day, dog. And I'm just like, and to each their own. I can't judge. We all got our own, thing we got going on. So, I just try and stay motivated. Yeah. I think that's the big part of it. I'm a big meditator. I'm a big breather. And I've recently just come into my own just because of what's occurred over the last 2 months, man. A lot's happened. It's been a lot's happened, and so my eyes have been opened, and I'm just like, all right, it's time to move more because you deserve it. And like I was telling Zach too, I was like, you deserve that, and when you put in the work unconsciously, I think it sends a ripple effect, and then everybody's like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. It's because you don't want to. I mean, I don't know. It's all about who you are. But for me, I don't like to push stuff onto people. I don't like to be like, you need to do this. Mm-hmm. Do what you want. Mm-hmm. But just know, while you're doing what you want, I'm doing what I'm doing. And you're going to do what you do. And that's okay.
There's lots of times to lead by example, and it has more power, I feel like, than trying to even come up with words for somebody. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, well, if you keep watching me, you're gonna feel it. Right? Or mm-hmm. whatever it is. It's different person to person, I guess. But
mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite song right now?
Like in general?
Yeah. That's like, you have a song you're vibing.
It's like one of my least favorite questions.
Really?
Yeah, because how do I answer that? Like,
okay. Here's a good question. All right, so I'll put you this way.
I listen to so many different types of music too, so it's hard.
Fair enough. The reason I ask is because
I'm thinking
the culture's so immersed, like it's so big right now. For me, there's this
one song I'm not gonna call it favorite. This one song like I've really been like listening to a lot. It's like a 2-piece project, like Saba, the Ziploc, It Rich Don't Stop. Like that's been frequently playing in my car. I fuck with it a lot.
Heck yeah. See, the reason I ask is because like everybody's got like that go-to, like
Beast Coast. I mean that's my go-to.
Okay, there you go. Beast Coast.
Prayer, Joy Badass, Flapper Zombies, Underachievers, Capital Steez.
All that goes.
Yeah. That's like when if I want to make music, or if I want to feel like I need to feel like I'm fucking dope, like right now, like that's what I'll play. If I'm trying to vibe, I'll usually play some other shit.
Okay, fair enough.
That's usually like my go-to, like when I'm like feed my brain like what I need. Give me this like open-mindedness, like awesomeness, like lyrics, like
Feed me this way, please.
Yeah,
my ears are open.
Yeah, I really listen to them, like, and that's honestly a big piece I left out of the story because I couldn't tell an hour-long story, you know, it'd be the whole podcast.
right.
Flatbush Zombies is like maybe solely the reason that like really helped influence me to like make a courageous decision to be like, I'm gonna try to do this. Like their whole album Better Off Dead, I was like listening to it like multiple times that night, and I did indulge in a psychedelic for the first time that day too, and it was like super crazy to me, and it like opened my eyes like so much, and I was like, whoa, these guys like just fucking helped me out, like wow, cool. So ever since then I've just been like super like grateful and like appreciative and respect all the New York hip hop scene in general, you know. Color the Friend is tight too.
They have a sound.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's so cool. Because like,
let me flip that back on you though. Yeah. Like, what's your favorite song?
So right now, it's because I just got put onto these dudes. So let me pull it up. It's literally right here. They just dropped an album called Private Space. Durand, Jones, and the Indications. They got this song called With You.
Okay. Is that how it goes? That's like the
no,
baseline?
It's fire. It's fire. That's my reaction. It's fire. This shit's fire.
Shit, well,
it's so dope. Like it's
I like
so.
how much he's laughing.
Dog, it's. When I heard it, I was like,
we'll try. Let's remember. We'll put the link in the comments or something. So
look. If you like groove, if you like soul, if you like that rhythm, that cadence, like almost what your mom.
You can't not dance to.
Oh gosh, yeah. Like these guys are, like they got this line in that song where he's like, I know you came with your friends, but who you leaving with? And then he gets back into it, bro. And it's like, I don't know, like they have a sound that really, that carries, and it's authentic. It's all live instrumentation, and it's like, yeah, I can get down to that. Yeah,
that's why it sounds like it's got similar influence to like what you're talking about. Like you really are, Alan Stone's like huge for you.
See, Alan Stone and Macklemore, I go back to those two for many reasons because they're my biggest influences. Like I was a freshman in high school listening to these guys, and nobody knew who they were. Nobody was on Macklemore. Nobody was on.
When you were a freshman, was that pre or post thrift store?
That was pre thrift store.
Pre-thrift store.
So he had the Language of My World record. He had this song called Contradiction that really resonated with me so much so. And what is it? It's like, I'm conflicted with being a hypocrite. What is it? I'm conflicted with being a hypocrite. I don't remember the line exactly right now, but and then there's this line. He's like, you have a flame, your fire is ignited with sound. Are you building the empire up or using your flame to burn it down? And I was like, as a freshman in high school, I was like, who is this? Who's talking that shit right now? But then he also goes into the fact that like how there's a song called The Magic and how he used a lot of psychedelics to open his mind. But then he realizes like, I don't use shrooms anymore because I don't need to explore. All that I was looking for was the present. And then I remembered the magic.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
yeah, that's like, honestly, bro, I don't even go deep anymore. I'll still like, I'll microdose, and I'll shout out the fuck out of microdose.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of truth in that. Like, there's no need to really like go deep anymore. Like, I used to be like,
I always tell people,
first was experimenting, I would do like a good amount. Like,
how much are we
at
talking?
a time, like I would like 5 grams at once, or like eat like like 3. I've done. Crazy, I mean, shit. I'll say this. Fuck, I eaten like a few tabs at a time too.
See, that's crazy.
You know, and like that was just like intense. I feel like I gained something from all that, but like part of me, wasn't understanding like why I was making that decision and what So now like, if I ever like want to do like a little tiny amount, like I'm talking like 0.3 grams of a mushroom, and I don't even really microdose with LSD. I barely even really do it anymore. But like I'll just use a tiny little like quarter tab, And that's just nice because it still lasts a long time, and you just like soak in this ability to be able to really think about things good, and it's not overwhelming, and like it's kind of cool.
I love Microdose.
Anyways, that I kind of like took that to another little realm.
I appreciate it because psychedelics are a big part of my growth. Me being more articulate and not speaking so like in hyperbole, and shrooms opened my mind. I remember I moved in with my buddy Eric, and Eric, he heard me talk, and he goes, "I hate the way you talk." He was like, "I'm gonna teach you how to talk, motherfucker." And so we take shrooms, and then you could ask my roommates. You know, I was.
I hate the way you talk.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. You'll meet people in your life who have something to say, but they don't know how to say it. You know what I mean? Eric was one of those guys who allowed me. I won't say allowed, but he taught me how to take my thoughts and write them out, and then find a concise way to deliver them. Because a lot of the times it's a lot of fluff. It's like, okay, what's the point? We want to get to the point. Because the words are spells again. If you're always speaking in hyperbole, if you're always speaking with just like a bunch of filler words,
it's a form of self-sabotage in a way to me. That why we like do that to ourselves, put in the filler when we actually kind of like really think about it, like we know a lot of the information a lot of times.
Yep.
So like I feel that
especially when there's excuses. You know what I mean? Like somebody's like, "Well, you know this happened, this. Oh, you didn't do it."
I'd be taking way too long to say what I mean sometimes, and I know what I mean.
I'm the same,
and I'm
way.
just like, "Fuck my like, why can't I just say what I gotta say?"
I gotta check myself, and that's I think that's another important part about being an adult is like checking yourself. Like you know better, and it's hard to do. Like
you want to be around people that like help allow you check yourself too. Like you're saying, like your homie, like teaching you, like
because he's like, you're not going to get anywhere if you keep talking the way you are, or you're gonna be having trouble being understood because you're not speaking the best way you can.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for the people that I got to live with and still, you know, get to be around because they're articulate, man. And when you have articulate people around and you have driving forces in your life, it makes you want to drive harder.
You are your environment, so control it.
It is some of your 5.
I think probably close to the wrapping up section. What do you want to talk about? What songs you're gonna be jamming for us today? The live performance?
Man, I got a little something special for y'all, man. I brought my guitar.
Nice.
Yeah, I figured I'd play a couple acoustic tracks for y'all.
Something that's already out.
No, none of this stuff's out. If you caught my Live from Somewhere performance, you might have heard a couple of these, but I was gonna play a couple. Dang, for some reason my left eye's all bugging out. But yeah, if you've caught the Live from Somewhere performance, you probably heard a couple of these. But I feel like this is a more sound setting, you know, very closed, and this is how music's supposed to be shared.
So not the world premiere, but still a pretty exclusive preview.
Oh, this is hella exclusive.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Cool.
So,
well, it was dope having you, my dude. Stay
cool.
scheming. We'll see you on
scheming.
episode 16.
Dude,
One love.
Let's party.
All right.
How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm with SkeemnTV. My name is John M.F. Ward, and I'm happy to be here, man. This one's called Breathe Into Me.
Forgive me if I'm coming off too strong. I've known these all along. I counted signs that slowly passed me by. And here alone I'm thinking of your eyes. Breathe deep into me. We deserve it, no one's perfect. Show me depths on love and purpose, baby. And when the sun does rise. I pray that you see it through. Many places and many faces, but none of them could ever give me you. Forgive me if I'm coming off too strong. I've known these all along. I counted signs that slowly passed me by. And here alone, I'm thinking of your eyes. Now, I don't get a chance to play the acoustic guitar very much, but I do it because I get to get very personal, and this is a great environment, especially with two great guys like Zach and Bindi. I love y'all, and this next song is a little more upbeat, a little more R&B for your ass. I ain't really got a title for it, but that's how this one goes. Don't you dare try the lead if you want it right. Cause girl, I've heard the stories, baby, let me get some time. You know me through a friend, I ask you what of them. It's funny how you think I'm trying hard to understand. That baby, I know you've heard. I said no, baby, you've got my word. You take the pieces of my soul and the time to hold them close. We be giving this a go. If I could gain my self-control, I promise I'd be fucking different. But this game is all I know. I said, promise to be different now. And you trust me, don't you change things. Get up, get down. I've only got tonight. Oh, yeah, don't you dare try the lead if you want it right. Cause girl, I've heard the stories, baby, let me get some time. You know me through a friend, I ask you what of them. It's funny how you think I'm trying hard to understand. That baby, I know you've heard. I said no, baby, let's smoke this herb. Thank you. Catch me in the back, cooling off, popping air. For the bad sides of my motherfucking self can't always be good. You know I